Attends, regarde. On veut la webcam.
Okay. So, can you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. I think we can start then. So I guess you're ready, you guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll start the session for today. Let me change it to full screen. Okay, I think I can shrink this down. Okay, so is the volume okay? You can hear me clearly?
Yeah, no problem. The volume is
Okay,
good.
okay. So today I will talk to you about our CipherLab 8 series software. And I'm not sure if you know, the 8 series are
Not yet.
okay. So we have 8000 and 8200, 8300, and 84 and 8600 series. Okay, so these mobile computers are installed with our CipherLab OS. Okay, so
Okay.
okay, so the softwares that are introduced today are all developed by CipherLab as well.
Okay.
Okay, so because you guys haven't used our 8 series mobile computers before, correct?
No.
Yes, correct?
No.
Okay, okay.
Oh, no, yeah, we never use it.
Okay, okay. So today's session will be an introduction about the software. So you will have an idea which software to is applicable for which customer. Okay, so it
Okay.
depends on the customer's application. You can choose the suitable software for them. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Tu veux que je mette un peu plus fort?
Okay, so if you have any questions during the session, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay, and here is the agenda for today. First, a simple introduction about mobile application and data management. And then I will go through 5 different softwares. Okay.
Okay.
And as you guys may know, mobile application, why do we need it? Because with it we can use less wires or cables. Okay, so we can have our terminals and have them collect data and then send them to a centralized server at the back end. Okay, so don't need to have the trouble of connecting our mobile device with a wire or cable. Okay, so when the operator in the field is collecting data, they can send it to the backend server and allow the IT person to access the information remotely. Okay, so enterprises only have to maintain a thin client, a centralized database at their end. They don't need to have a lot of effort maintaining complicated databases. Okay, so this allows enterprises to optimize their available resource and maximize their profits. Okay, so the softwares introduced today, they are very widely used in a lot of different industries. Okay, and a lot of different field services, such as mobile sales or government services, police services, such as ticket. I'm not sure if you have a parking fee management at your country.
Yes.
Okay, so and for instance, a parcel service or warehousing. Okay, so the softwares introduced today are used a lot in these kinds of industries.
Yeah.
Okay, so with a mobile device, when you connect it to the server through a wireless connection, then you can allow your wire clients at your centralized. You can allow the wire clients of your IT people to access the same kind of data that is collected in the field.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Okay, so we will introduce 5 different softwares today, and you can integrate these softwares into your client's information systems. Okay, so they are divided into 3 different categories. So it depends actually on what your customer has already. Okay, so if, for instance, if they are using a mainframe application in a backend server, then they can use our terminal emulation software. Okay, so we provide, we follow the TN and VT protocols. And if,
Okay.
yes? Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
if you have any questions, just, you can just stop me.
Yeah, no problem. We'll do that.
Because the connection is not very smooth, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can hear you very clearly. Okay.
Okay, but we hear you very well, so that's no problem.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So I will be keep asking you guys, okay, okay, because I'm not sure if the connection is okay or poor. Okay, so if your clients need to collect their data on a client server on their PC, then they can use our wireless smart scan, which we call WSS, or our batch AG or WLAN AG. Okay, so these 3 are for when your client wants to have their customer collect the data and then send it to a PC. Okay, so the PCs acts as a backend server for centralized data. Okay,
Okay.
and then we have CipherWeb, and this is used when your customer has already have a web-based application ready. Okay, so they can use CipherWeb to collect data and then send it to their web application. Okay, so this is just an overview.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so and now we will go through the 5 different softwares individually. Okay, so the first is CipherWeb, and what it is a web-based browser client. So it allows you to access the internet or the intranet on your mobile device. And please note that CipherWeb is only available on our 8600. So since we have a lot of different models that are all called 8 series, but some of the softwares are only available on certain models. Okay, so our 8600, it looks like this, and it is a color display. Okay, so it has our 8600 supports CipherWeb, the CipherWeb software. Okay, so with CipherWeb, you can show web pages that are developed using HTML 4.01. Okay, so this can be used in case your customer has already developed their web-based application. Okay, so operators in the field can use our 8600 to connect to the web page and then collect data and then send it to the web page. Okay, send it, have it collected on the web page, and so the IT people can directly manage the data. Okay, so
Okay.
yes, any questions?
No question, all right.
Okay, so since CipherWeb allows browsing the internet, we also provide a lockdown of web pages. Okay, so when you lock down the web page, then the operator can only either they can only access a certain URL that you permit them to access.
Okay.
Okay, or they can, for instance, enter a password in order to access other URLs. Okay, so this will prevent the operator from browsing any web page that is not related to their work.
Okay.
Okay, so here is an example of, this is a simple default web page that is installed inside CipherWeb. Okay, so the the content on the 8600 display will look sort of different from the actual web page, but it shows all of the selection boxes or text fields that are integrated on your web page. Okay, but it is a text-based only, so any of your figures will not be shown inside CipherLab. Okay, so and CipherLab, we also provide a key mapping function inside the software. So when you enable key mapping, then you can set the function keys to a predefined action. So for instance, you press a function key and you can scroll down or scroll up or go to the next page or go to the next text field, for instance. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so and we also have integrated with barcode and RFID data capture. So you can use the barcode reader or RFID reader directly to input the data. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So here is the PC utility called CipherWeb, and on your PC you simply need to open it and edit the settings. The important ones are the Wi-Fi settings. Okay. And for the barcode reader, you can enable which kind of barcodes, which kind of code types you want to read, or so on. Okay, and you can also set a key mapping to set certain functions for the function keys. Okay, and when you finish with the settings, you download it to your 8600 terminal. Okay, and when you power on the terminal, you will see this screen. Okay, and then when you press browser, one browser, the software will try to connect to the web page that is defined. Okay, so if your customer already has a default web page that they want to use, then they will need to enter the URL inside using the PC utility. Okay, or either they can enter the URL on the terminal. Okay, so either enter in the PC utility or on the terminal. Okay, so and they can also use the barcode reader to scan, for instance, a QR code to input the URL.
Okay.
Okay, so if there is no customer-defined URL, then what you will see on the screen is the default CipherWeb home URL, which looks like this. Okay, so it is a simple stock inquiry web page. Okay, so any questions about CipherWeb so far?
Yeah, when you synchronize on the website, what kind of file does it synchronize? XML file?
I'm sorry, I think I can't hear you very well.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, when you synchronize on website, what kind of file does it synchronize? Is it XML file? You know, when you type your URL and you get the data,
Yes.
where come from the data? Is it from XML file?
You mean XML file?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Because for me, we use and we can do it with CipherLab. It's Calypso, you know. It's a
Yes.
software to all make. Yeah, okay. And there you can also make web service, and we synchronize only XML files. So I would like to know if it's the same way actually.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I believe so. But let me check for you later after the session is finished.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, I will note this, and I will get back to you later after this session.
Okay.
So you guys have experience using Calypso?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good to
Yeah,
know.
no problem.
Okay, so I will go on to the next software, which is Wireless Smart Scan. And to simplify it, we call it WSS. Okay, so what it is a software that allows you to collect and send the data wirelessly to the host PC. Okay, So we have two different PC utilities. The first is WSS Designer. Okay, so you use the designer to create a simple application that you want to show on your mobile device. Okay, and then we have WSS Console on the PC. So this is used to collect the data and monitor devices. Okay, so on the host PC, using WSS Console, you can instruct your client devices to respond through the beeper and the vibrator and the LED, or you can send a message to the operator, for instance, to remind them to capture data and send it back to the IT person.
Okay.
Okay, so using these functions, the client devices will know when to send the collected data back to the host for easy data management. Okay, and the design tool is also very intuitive, so it's very simple, and you can very easily create an application to install on your client device. Okay, so our 8600 and 8200 series mobile computers support wireless smart scan. Okay.
Okay.
So the flow will be first design your application with the designer tool and then load it to your mobile computer. And then you give the mobile computers to the operators and let them work in the field. And then you use the WSS console to gather the data and
Yeah, like miscommunicator.
yes. It's a bit like a SOTI, Mobi Control.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah.
like it. Okay, so here is the screen for Wireless Smart Scan Designer. Okay, so what it does is you can use it to design your screen layout, for instance, in an inventory form to collect data. And using the PC utility, the most important part is to assign a server IP and a port number. Okay, so you can either set the server IP and the Wi-Fi settings using the PC utility, or if your mobile computer needs to connect to more than one server IP. Okay, so your host PC acts as the server. Okay, and so yeah, if your mobile computer needs to connect to more than one host PC, then you can print out the IP settings as a barcode. Okay, and then you give them to the operator, and if they want to connect to this PC, then they scan this barcode.
Okay, nice.
And then they can directly collect the data and then send it back to the specified host PC. Okay, and on the PC side, we also have WSS console, which looks like this. Okay, so the left half, because this screen is it's a screen capture and it's not I mean it's only a portion of the screen capture. Okay, so the right side is you can't see it here. Okay, so basically in the console you will see in the console window the IP address of the terminal that is connected currently. Okay, and you can also see the login time. And then on the right side, on the right window, you will see the input data that this terminal has collected. Okay, so with the WSS console, your client doesn't have to have a PC application ready to collect data. Okay, so they can use the console to check the data that has been collected real time. Okay, and we also provide feedback scenarios. So in case, for instance, if there is a duplicated record, then you can set how to react to the duplicated record. For instance, you can send a message warning the user that, oh, you have a duplicated record and please scan another one. Okay, so and you can also let the LED blink or let it vibrate, okay, to notify the user. So this
Okay.
is also known as host control. Okay, so you can send notifications, and you can also monitor the battery level of each terminal. And if you see that a terminal has low battery level, then you can send a message to the user to remind them to charge their battery. Okay. So this table shows which kind of models support WSS. Okay, so our 8230 and 8630 both have WLAN and BT available on them. So you can use both the console and the designer on them. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with our 1600 series, our handheld scanner.
No.
No?
No, not yet.
Okay, it's fine. Just so you know, our 1600 series, sorry, also support WSS. But since they are handheld scanners and they do not have mobile displays, so you cannot use the designer tool. Okay, you can
Okay.
simply need to use the console to collect data.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so any questions so far?
No. For the 1000, is it
Yes.
possible to work in batch mode?
I'm sorry?
So to keep, is it possible to work in batch mode
In batch
with those scanners? Yeah.
Okay. For batch mode, we have another utility available. Okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
because you will see the input data real time right here, but
Yeah, real time.
you can export this data to a data file. Okay. So
Mhm.
it will be it depends on your customer's application. Okay, so we have another tool called a batch AG for batch data transmission. And the main difference from the other tool and WSS is that WSS allows you to do host control, okay, to control your devices real time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next is terminal emulation. Maybe you have used other terminal emulation softwares by other competitors. I'm not sure about that. Okay. So
Yeah.
we also provide a terminal emulation software. So this is for mirroring any of the mainframe applications that your customers use. Okay, so this is actually very often deployed in warehouses and in logistics and transportation industries. Okay, so what the we abbreviate it as TE. Okay, so what TE does is it shows complex mainframe applications on the mobile device. Okay, so this will be very helpful if your customer already has the mainframe application on a backend server.
Yeah.
Okay, and since these kinds of applications are often very complicated, we also support screen reformatting. Okay, so the screen you will see on your terminal on your mobile device will be a simplified one. Okay, so we support common terminal emulator standards such as VT100, 220, and TN5250. Okay, so when you connect your mobile device to the host server, and you will see your emulated program on your mobile device, which will look a bit like this.
Okay.
And for terminal emulation, we also have a PC utility available for you to set any settings, wireless settings, and emulation settings. Okay, so you can enter the host server IP address and then download it to your mobile device. Okay, so they can collect data in the field and then send it directly to the backend server. Okay, so because TE is actually a bit complicated, and I will not go through any detailed functions today. Okay, so if you are interested in more detailed functions, we have user manuals available, and
Okay.
okay, or you can just email us and ask us your questions.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Okay. Okay, the next is called
That's okay.
Forge AG. So AG is also application generator. So as you see, it is basically a simple tool for an IT person who is not familiar with programming. Okay, so with AG, you can easily design your application. So you don't need to um, be very familiar with a programming language. So this will be very helpful for junior engineers. We have a lot of customers that use our default AG software on the terminals. Okay, so like I said before, we have a batch version of AG, and we also have a wireless version. But in my experience, more of the customers, they choose to use the batch version.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So with AG, you can create an application by simply selecting and editing your form, and then before you download it to your mobile device, you can use the simulator inside the PC utility to check your application and debug it. Okay, so this is very helpful before you deploy the application to the mobile device. You can check to see if the flow is correct, if all of your data is collected in the correct forms. Okay, so here is the difference between batch AG and whileland AG. So with batch AG, basically you send data in batch mode. Okay, so you can either use a cable or a cradle, or send the data through FTP connection.
Okay.
Okay, so for whileland AG, you collect the data real time, and we have another tool called Wireless Database Manager to collect the data.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the process flow for our actually for both, for batch AG and whileland AG. Okay, so first you need to install the AG runtime on your mobile device. Okay, and then you use the PC utility to create an AG template. Okay, so and many customers also have lookup files, which are basically databases that they maintain that contains all of their, for instance, items and price and quantity and item description, so on. These kinds of database files, and then after you finish creating your application, you can simulate it on the PC to see if everything is correct. Okay, and you can make adjustments. And then when everything is ready, you are ready to send the application and the lookup file to your mobile device. Okay, and then you can give the devices to your operators to collect data, and then data transfer can be performed through another tool called Remote Console.
Okay. For the lookup file, it's only text file, CSV, and
Yes.
file like this.
We support using a text file.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Okay, and I think we have a converter that can convert, for instance, a CSV file to a text file.
Okay.
Okay. We also have, if you are using an SD card, then we have a separate tool that can convert your TXT file to a file format that can be installed on the SD card. So this will be helpful if the database file is very large. Okay, so we have a separate tool to do this.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the screen of Forge Batch AG. Okay, so you can see here that there are different forms that you can define. You can define the text field of within each form, okay? And then you can also select the lookup file, which is the database file that you want to refer to. Okay, so with these forms and menus, you can create a very complicated application, but without knowing anything about programming language. So this is very, very helpful. Okay, so after you finish setting the text fields, then you can use the simulator, which basically will look like this. Okay, you will see this screen when you power on the terminal, and this is the default screen. So when you press 1, you can enter the data collection screen. Okay, so you can set which screen to go to using AG. Okay.
Yes.
And AG is it has a lot of different detailed functions. So it actually it satisfies almost all of our customers' requests. Okay, so if you have a customer that needs to write an application, you can use AG to do so because it will be more convenient for you to help them manage their application instead of instead of them developing their own one. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and here is the Violent AG screen. So it looks a lot like the batch AG, but the functions available are not as detailed. Okay, so most of our customers use the batch version. Okay, so on the screen you will see this default screen. Okay, and when you press 1 to collect data, you will see the text fields and the text fields that you have defined inside your form.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
yes, no questions?
Not for the moment. I think after we need to test.
Oh, yeah. You can spend some time using the softwares that are introduced today, and I know that you need to use it to know what questions to ask because I've experienced that as well.
For sure. It's just to know after if it's possible to have the link to download the
Okay.
application.
Okay, sure. Let me ask first, which kind of devices do you have right now for using?
We are Datalogic, Honeywell, Unitech.
Okay, because for the software introduced today, you need to use our CipherLab terminals. So,
Yeah, for sure. We know. Yeah,
so
that's
if I give you,
why we are here. Yeah.
okay, so I can give you the links for the software today, but you will need to, because we have different different softwares for each model. Okay, so I think the best option would be after you guys have some of our terminals at your side, then you can email us. And for instance, if you purchase 8600, then I can send you the software links for 8600.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
the 8600. We already sold this one. So actually, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, we need to have the software for this one because we began to sell it 1 or 2 weeks ago. So
Okay. So maybe I can give you the links for 86.
yeah,
Okay. After this.
okay, perfect.
Okay. And
Thank you.
oh, no problem. Okay. And finally is remote console. Okay. So this PC tool is used along with Batch AG. So basically, it is a console application for Batch AG, so that the IT person can manage data easily. Okay, so what it does is it collects data and manages multiple terminals in the field. Okay, so using remote consoles, terminals can upload the data to a centralized place. Okay, so this will allow easy processing of the data. And IT people can also remotely manage the terminals. For instance, the IT person can set different groups. For instance, group 1 and group 2. You do this by assigning the serial numbers for each group. Okay, and if, for instance, if one of the terminals has an outdated lookup file, so the lookup file is too old to refer to, then the IT person can use remote console to send the latest lookup file to this terminal. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, so you can do remote management through remote console.
Okay, you can do a firmware upgrade?
Yes, sorry?
You can do firmware upgrade?
Oh, no, firmware update is not possible. But you
No,
can,
it's not only
but
files and
yes, but you can send an application template for AG.
okay.
Okay, so for firmware update, you will need to send the terminal back to an IT
Yeah,
person
yeah,
that
okay.
can perform firmware update for you. Yeah,
No.
but if you want to update the application for the AG application that is installed on the device, then you can do it using remote console.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so the console screen looks like this. Okay, so you will see here that you can see which devices are connected to the host PC, and because remote console is mainly used for collecting data, and when each device is connected to the host PC, you can see the data file that is sent, okay, to the host. And you can also
Okay.
browse each of the devices to see its IP address and its serial number. Okay, and
Okay.
you can create different groups using the serial numbers of the devices. Okay, and you can also set up rules. Okay, so rules are for managing the different groups that you set up. Okay, so for instance, if you apply rule number 1 to group 1, then you can, for instance, synchronize the time on all of the terminals in group 1. And you can, for instance, send a lookup file to the terminals. Or you can send an AGX file, which is the Forge AG application file. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so remote console is it helps the IT person manage different devices in the field. Okay,
Okay, perfect.
so here we have a table that shows you which software is available on which models. Okay, so our um, 8000 and 8200 and 8600 are our more popular sold devices. Okay, and our 8600 has a color display. So yeah, as you said, you've just sold several 8600 terminals, so maybe you can focus on the softwares for 8600.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I think we have finished the session for today.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, yes,
If we can just have the link so we can test it and
okay,
yeah, I think in a few days we will maybe have more questions. It
yes,
will be
yes.
okay.
Can you give me your email address? Because I'm not sure I
Yeah,
have
no problem.
this.
FS, the F from Fabian,
Um,
S from
is it possible to for you to text me using
yeah, no
there is
problem. Yeah, no problem. Can do that.
let me check. I think there's a chat
Yeah,
screen.
yeah, the chat. Wait, up. Voilà. Putain, je me rends pas là. X.
Okay.
Non, non.
I see your email. Okay. Oh,
Perfect.
so it's pronounced
Thank
fat.
you for the training. That was great. Thank you.
Okay.
That was
No
really
problem.
overview. Thank you.
Can
Have a
you
nice day.
can you send your
Yeah.
email again?
Oh,
Sorry,
the
because
email?
I just missed.
Sorry, wait. Oh, no problem. I will do it. Voila.
Okay.
You get it normally. Okay.
Okay, then thank you.
No problem. Thank you for the training. Have a nice day. Yeah.
Thank you for attending.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye. So, just